Hi guys, my name's Amelia, welcome back to my channel and hello if you are new. Today's video is going to be an addition to my World Challenge mini-series, and today's video is going to be regarding the health side of your expedition, so the vaccinations you have to get beforehand, the things you have to bring to keep you healthy on the way. So if this interests you, keep on watching, and if you want to find more about the vaccinations I needed to get and what I needed to bring on my expedition, just keep on watching. So regarding vaccinations, I was like a pin cushion. I got so many vaccinations. I think I got about 10 like in the space of like 6 months. I am not iffy with injections, but if you are, you might need to consider this before actually going on World Challenge and signing up to do your expedition, because you are going to need to have a lot of injections, all depending on where you go. Obviously, say if you go to somewhere a little bit more third world like I went in Borneo, that literally was high risk at every disease going, so I had to get so many injections. But if you're going to say somewhere maybe like I know they do one to Morocco, I know they do one to Norway, you might not need as many because they tend to be a little bit cleaner. But yeah, disclaimer, I am not a registered healthcare official, so what you would need to do with any expedition you are going on, go to your GP, ask about what injections you need for the country you're going to on your expedition. And when I was going through my vaccination phase before my expedition, but the NHS give you this little travel vaccination record where I have all my injections recorded in here, so we'll be able to see this, see how many I actually had to get. I got 2 hepatitis A injections which last 20 to 25 years. So of course, before I get into all of these, like say if you're being on holiday to a tropical destination a couple years behind and you've already gotten the vaccination for that, what's covered for that time, you might not need to have a booster, but always check with your GP beforehand. The hepatitis A ones were free on the NHS and they were obligatory, so you had to get this no matter where you go. And I got 2 for typhoid fever, which were also free and obligatory. I got 2 for hepatitis B, which both lasted, I believe, 5 years, and you did have to pay for this on the NHS, and it was obligatory, and I think they were £25 each. I got 2 of them. And also because I had never gotten the MMR jab before this, because I don't know, my parents neglected me, not really, just that was a joke. I had to get 2 MMR jabs. These were obligatory as well. For anywhere you're going, and I think you definitely need them in England as well because you can die from measles, mumps and rubella, and they were both free on the NHS. I got 1 diphtheria, tetanus and polio combination vaccination. This was obligatory and also free on the NHS. And then I decided to get rabies vaccination, which included 3 injections. These hurt the most out of all of them. I don't know why, but I think it's because the liquid they inject you with is like really thick or something, but it makes you feel disgusting. These were £50 each and you get 3 of them, so £150 altogether, not on the NHS. But I am glad I got these because at the time we went to Borneo, there was actually a rabies outbreak on the island, so I'm so glad I got that because I could have gotten bitten, I could have gotten rabies, I could have died, so it's better to be safe than sorry. And there are also 2 other optional vaccinations you could have got and I could have got for going to Borneo, but I decided against it because A, I couldn't afford it, and B, I didn't really want any more liquids in my body that weren't meant to be there. And they included Japanese encephalitis and yellow fever, but I didn't get these and I didn't get either of those diseases, so it really depends on the risk factor of the country you're going to. The risk factor of rabies in Borneo was quite high, but the risk factor of Japanese encephalitis and yellow fever were low to medium. So it's really up to you, and it's really how good your immune system is, and it's really up to you and your GP as well. If the country you are travelling to has a risk of malaria, here are some options to prevent you getting malaria. And these are all in pill form. There are 3 main options the GP gave me. First of all was Malarone, and this was my choice in the end. You take every day after eating a meal, you start 1 to 2 days before you go to the infected area, and then every day when you're in the infected area, and then every day for 7 days after you leave the infected area. They are huge tablets, and I think all of them are huge tablets, but I can't swallow tablets because I'm a massive pussy, so I had to crush them up and eat them. And they tasted bile. They tasted like actual vomit. Made me want to vom myself. And this apparently has the least side effects out of all the options. I suffered from a side effect, and that was insomnia. Like, it made me so restless, and coupled with jet lag, it made the first week of being there so miserable. And I didn't actually finish my whole course of them because 2 days before I left Borneo, I got a really bad parasite and I started throwing up these tablets, so it was just pointless because every time I would eat something it would make me throw up, so I just didn't take them for the last 9 days of having to take them. So I've still got 9 tablets left, don't know where they are, probably could sell them for quite a lot because these did cost for about, I think I got 5 weeks worth of them and they cost about £80–90. They were a lot of money, but worth it because I didn't get malaria. The next option is doxycycline. I hope that I'm pronouncing that right. And these are taken daily, 1 to 2 days before, every day throughout, and every day for 4 weeks after. They are the least expensive anti-malarial and can prevent other infections because they are an antibiotic, meaning that they can also help reduce acne. However, because they are an antibiotic, they have a very high chance of making you feel really ill, really sick and nauseous, and can make you sensitive to the sunlight, which isn't ideal if you're going to a hot country or a tropical climate. And I'm going to butcher this name completely, but the next option is called mefloquine. These are taken once every week, 2 weeks prior to travel, each week during, and 4 weeks after travel. However, some places are mefloquine resistant, so you have to check with your GP about which countries you can take this pill in. Side effects can include anxiety, migraines and drowsiness, and they are not suitable for those with a history of mental health issues because they can just fuck with your brain. And of course, every side effect differs from person to person. Everyone's experiences are different, so just take my word with a pinch of salt basically and go to your GP. Other things to keep you healthy during your expedition. We were given, provided by World Challenge on our build-up day, the day before we went to country and travelled there, we were given this chlorine water purification solution, which is just little bits of chlorine. It stinks of swimming pool water. You squirt 3 drops into every litre of water, shake, wait 5 minutes, shake again, and then wait 10 minutes, and then it'll be safe to drink. If you needed to have a vaccination for cholera, there is a vaccination in drink form that you can get from your local doctors. And last of all, if you are a female and not wanting to get your period during your expedition, say if you get really bad cramps, if you have a really heavy flow, etc, etc, I would recommend going on a form of contraception while you're on expedition. I used the Depo-Provera jab, which honestly, that was hell on earth for me. I got such bad side effects. But I would just recommend the birth control pill. You just take it every day. It's tiny little pills. It's like a hay fever tablet. Even I can take them, honestly, and that's saying something. It has very little side effects compared to other contraception methods. But again, side effects differs from person to person. So yes, that was some information on how to keep healthy during your World Challenge expedition. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, please give this video a big thumbs up, and please tell me how you are finding this World Challenge series. I would be thrilled to hear your feedback. With that being said, I hope you find any of this information useful, and I hope you have a great expedition. Bye guys!